Come on, let's go.
I am so excited about Ignite this year, and I know you are too.
I'm excited for Microsoft Ignite because it brings together our community, showcases the newest technology, and ignites innovation. See what I did there?
We have some truly revolutionary announcements when it comes to the Power Platform and how AI is redefining the way we do low-code development.
I'm going to be in the dev zone. We're going to have a whole track of deep dev dives.
Please join us for Ignite on October 12th.
Whether in person in Seattle at one of the many satellite events or just watching from home, we can all attend and be a part of this fantastic event.
I'll be joining digitally from Kenya in Africa,
India,
Canada,
Arizona,
Bolivia,
Malaysia,
Czech Republic,
Karachi, Pakistan.
And I'm super excited to join Microsoft Ignite for the first time virtually.
We're going to get some really good, detailed, deep dives on data and data management. It's going to be great stuff.
I like Ignite because I can learn a lot from iconic experts in cloud computing and AI.
I can hardly wait to be inspired by all the great tech sessions at this year's Ignite.
Me too.
I can't wait to see what exciting announcements are going to be this year.
I can't wait to hear from the super awesome speakers.
Looking forward to all the presentations.
I'm excited about the keynote.
I'm looking forward to all the sessions focused on helping developers go as quickly as possible from code to cloud.
I can't wait to find out more about AI.
I am super excited to reconnect with old friends and meet new friends.
I think the things I'm most excited about are to hear the announcements for SharePoint Online and the Viva Suite.
I'm really excited to learn what's coming to the Ignite, especially data and analytics space.
What I am most excited about at Ignite this year is checking out the M365 security track, as well as seeing people in person again.
Learning new things via the Cloud Skill Challenge.
You also get free certifications.
This year I'm excited to learn about the latest products and network with great people.
I'm thrilled to learn about anything related to Cloud PC, AVD, and the Azure Marketplace.
And most of all, looking forward to seeing you there.
So super excited for Ignite 2022.
A lot of great tech and a lot of cool devs.
Come check out our sessions and come learn more.
It's strategic. You can count on it.
So with this view, I'll be watching you Ignite.
Cannot wait for this year.
I'll hope to see you there and see you online.
Hope to see you there.
Catch you there.
See you at Ignite.
See you there.
I'll be watching you Ignite. Can't wait to see you.
I've got a feeling that the best is yet to come.
Hi everyone, and welcome to our Microsoft Pre-Ignite event. This is a pre-recorded video, but we're all here live in the chat to answer any of your questions. Just a reminder to please keep in line with our code of conduct and keep it friendly and respectful throughout the event.
So hey everyone, welcome to our pre-Ignite session. So if you don't know, Microsoft Ignite is coming up in less than a week. And Microsoft Ignite is one of our premier tech conferences for developers, IT ops folks, anyone interested in tech. And today's show, we're going to be talking all about what's coming up with Ignite, what we're excited about, what our community is excited about, and show you just how to get going with registering for Ignite and attending all your sessions. So I'm Jim Bennett. I'm a regional cloud advocate in Microsoft, and I'm based in Redmond, just up the road from Seattle, where part of Ignite is going to be happening in person. And I'm going to be there as well. So I'm very excited to kind of be there and actually see some of Ignite in person for the first time in how many years.
Hello, everybody. I'm Sam Ronsky. I am a regional cloud advocate in San Francisco.
And I'm Renee Noble. I'm a regional cloud advocate in Sydney, Australia. Okay, I guess my first question is what is Microsoft Ignite? I've only been at Microsoft about 10 months and I'm pretty new to the Microsoft stack. So I haven't heard about this event before. I've heard a little bit about Microsoft Build, but I'd love to know more from the two of you, what I can see at Ignite and what I can get out of it.
Yeah, that is a great question. So Microsoft Ignite is Microsoft's biggest public tech conference. You mentioned Microsoft Build we had back in May. That's really Microsoft's developer conference with a strong focus on developers. Ignite is about everyone in the tech space. So it's a tech conference for folks who are developers, like me. We're all here, all of us, all three here, we are developers. But it covers things like Microsoft 365, SharePoint, Teams, the whole kind of modern work thing. And also it's for ops folks as well. So whether you're running an on-premise Microsoft setup, whether you're running stuff in the cloud. We got sessions that cover absolutely everything. So anywhere you fall in terms of building applications on top of the Microsoft stack, from development to ops, it is covered by Microsoft Ignite. Now, historically, Microsoft Ignite has been sticking 25,000 people in a convention center in Orlando, which obviously at this time is not the best place to be sticking 25,000 people. And also, we don't want to put 25,000 people in the same space right now. So the past few years, we have pivoted to being a on-demand event. But this year, we are starting to go back in person. So this is quite exciting. So Ignite this year is going to be an online conference available to everyone, covering all the different tech topics. And we have a whole in-person section here in Seattle. But really what Ignite is for you is it's a chance to learn. So there's sessions that cover pretty much everything. Whatever you're interested in, there's probably be a session all about that. It's a chance to network. We have the opportunity to reach out and connect with other attendees. It's a chance to learn from our partners. So Microsoft works with thousands of partners around the world to build the solutions that we need. And this is a chance for you to chat to those partners. If you've got something you need built, you need access to people to help you build it. Those partners are there to help. So it's a chance to reach out to our partners. And it's just a chance to get involved in events like this beforehand. And we've even got some cool events coming up afterwards. So there, this is your opportunity to take a few days to learn the cool stuff, get involved with your tech communities.
Amazing. And I can access it all here from Sydney, Australia, because it's all online, as well as in person for people like Jim over there in Redmond and Seattle.
Exactly. So you go back like 3 years when Ignite was last in person, you couldn't attend Ignite from your bed. Whereas now, you can literally wake up, grab your coffee, grab your laptop, and a go. There you are attending Ignite. You don't need to worry about putting on proper trousers. You can just, in your pajamas, you can sit there and watch Ignite.
Living the dream.
Living the dream. Yes. Yeah. So Sam, have you done Ignite before?
I have not. I've been to some Ignite events, but mostly externally as somebody who has not been at Microsoft. Last year we were doing some things with Ignite, but that was just as I had joined this role. And so I was just getting up to speed and was a little bit over my head when everything was happening. So this year I'm a little bit more excited. There's a lot more going on, and I actually understand some of how everything runs. And now I'm really excited to kind of pick up some of the things, look at some of what the partners are bringing to Ignite, and try to figure out how I can learn those things and then integrate them into what I'm building in Azure. So I'm really excited.
I'm glad you mentioned that word learn, actually. This is all about learning. The whole thing is about learning. And one thing we do have to help you learn is we have what's called a Cloud Skills Challenge. So this will be your opportunity to actually compete with all the other attendees as to how much cool new stuff you can learn. We'll be talking about that a little bit later. So Renee, you think you're ready to learn a lot of cool things?
Absolutely. I'm always ready to learn. That's what I've been doing for the last 10 months since I joined Microsoft. So why not have a conference where I can learn a whole bunch of stuff? That is all the cool new stuff that everyone else is learning at the same time. So throw it at me, Jim. So
just to kind of give everyone a bit of a sneak preview of what's coming up, I actually reached out to a few of our speakers and asked them to kind of give me a little teaser as to what they're going to be talking about. So check out this video.
Hello, I am Bethany Japchumba, Cloud Advocate at Microsoft, and I will be speaking at Ignite this year on how to implement AI in your organization. This is important because each and every person has a role to play in the AI transformation, whether be it you're the HR or you're just a software developer in your company. Join me and learn how you can fuel innovation in your organization and also how you can prioritize the different AI investments.
Hey everyone, Donovan Brown here. For years, this was the only way that you could see me. But this year at Ignite, you can see me in person. I hope to see you there.
Hey everyone, I'm Cassie Brevu and I am a Senior Technical Program Manager on the Onyx Runtime team. But today I'm here to talk to you about my Learn Live session that I will be presenting with Corey, called Start the Machine Learning Lifecycle with MLOps. We are going to be going over everything that you need to think about when moving machine learning workloads to production. We will identify the different steps of the ML lifecycle. We'll describe how to create and manage machine learning models using MLOps, and we'll articulate processes to monitor models and respond to incidents. So be sure to go over to the Ignite site, check out the Learn Live session, and sign up for Corey and my session called Start the Machine Learning Lifecycle with MLOps. Hope to see you there.
Hi, I'm Someleze, a cloud advocate at Microsoft. Make sure to join Jefflet and I on this year's Ignite and catch our session that will be on how to automate repetitive tasks using loops with Power Automate Desktop. And yes, loops do not only exist in pro code development, so make sure to catch this amazing session and you will learn a lot.
Hey, how you doing? My name is Pierre Roman. I'm a senior cloud advocate with Microsoft. Do you ever wonder what architectural model you should use when deploying and managing your virtual networks in the cloud? How to manage access, how to create a proper name resolution model in a hybrid environment? Well, if this is you, join us, myself and my partner, Kevin Fleming. He's a principal software engineering manager. For our sessions, deep dive into managing and monitoring Azure virtual networks at Ignite, in person and online. So hope to see you there.
Hello everyone, my name is Veronika Kolesnikova. I am a senior software engineer at Liberty Mutual. This year I'll be running a table topic at Microsoft Ignite. We'll be talking about Bot Composer, we'll be talking about bots in general. I'm excited to hear about your experience and hear your opinion and also share some personal experience. Hope to see you there really soon.
Hi, I'm B. Stolnitz, Principal Cloud Advocate at Microsoft. I'm speaking at Ignite this year, and you should catch my session where you'll see a fun end-to-end scenario using Azure ML. And that's all I'll say about it. I'll see you there.
G'day viewers, my name's Oren Thomas. I'm a Principal Hybrid Cloud Advocate at Microsoft, and at Ignite this year, Sonia Cuff and I are going to be presenting on modernising your file server infrastructure. And in this session, what we're going to be talking about is how you can take those old on-prem file servers, upgrade them to Windows Server 2022 so that you're getting the best version, and then how you can come through and optimize and secure those file servers, as well as integrate them with appropriate cloud technologies such as Azure File Sync and Azure File Shares. Sonia and I would love you to come and watch or be in person at our session. Have a great day.
Hi, I'm Lars Klint, Senior Developer for Pluralsight, and I'm here in Copenhagen in the rain. But you don't have to be, because at Ignite, Microsoft Ignite, I'm presenting a talk on building robust cloud applications where I got into, how do you develop stuff that doesn't break? How do you test it properly? How do you use Azure to your advantage? So check it out at Microsoft Ignite. See you there.
Hi, I'm Paul DiCarlo, Principal Cloud Advocate at Microsoft, and I'm emceeing an Ask the Expert session with my friends from NVIDIA at this year's Microsoft Ignite conference. And you should totally join us in our session titled Customize AI Models and Optimize for Real-Time Inference at Scale with NVIDIA AI on Azure Machine Learning. We'll discuss the NVIDIA TAO, T-A-O, or Train, Adapt, and Optimize toolkit that enables speech and computer vision applications. We'll also cover details on how models can be deployed as scalable inference endpoints in the cloud using Azure Machine Learning. And attendees can ask questions live with our hosts, which will feature employees from Microsoft and NVIDIA, and will even give you access to free resources for trying the NVIDIA TAO toolkit on demand, using real Azure hosted hardware for those who want to take it for a spin. We hope to see you there. Cheers.
So we just heard from some of the speakers at Ignite about some of the things that they're going to be presenting. Renee, what are you interested in hearing about this Ignite?
I'm actually really excited. It might be a newbie thing, but I think it's for everyone. Everyone's excited about the keynote, the opening of Ignite, right? In my spare time, I actually run a charity, and this says that we're going to hear about how we can do more with less. Given the current global, situation, it's really great to hear how a company like Microsoft, from the CEO, is going to do more with less, because that's really doing more with less at scale. So I'm excited to hear about how that, be applied to like businesses everywhere, and help everyone out during this time.
So a little insider fact for you, or experienced attendee fact for you. Whenever Satya does his keynotes, like all of us, we have all our things behind us. Satya usually has a couple of Easter eggs hidden behind him. So as you watch the keynote, see if you can kind of spot. He's had some code there that people managed to decode to work out what it was. He's had little computers that hark back to his history. So yeah, that's your challenge when you watch the keynote. See if you can find out what are the Easter eggs he's got hidden in the background.
Very cool. I'm very excited. And like having seen the keynote at Microsoft Build, like there were so many cool announcements. And it was so much energy behind it. So I'm just really excited to see that coming to life at Microsoft Ignite as well. So I guess, yeah, I'm keen for that. But Jim, what are you keen for?
So as you probably know, I'm a gadget freak. I am Mr. Internet of Things. I love all my gadgets and gizmos. And one of the really cool things that IoT is enabling right now is the Industrial Metaverse. So the idea that you can have a connected factory that's gathering data from machines, and then you put like a HoloLens or any kind of VR headset on, and then you can actually visualize the data coming off machines in real time in 3D. You can have a setup of a machine on a table through HoloLenses and just walk around and point at it. And that's something I'm quite excited about. So there's a couple of sessions around that. So the first session is going to be from Justin Althoff, our Chief Commercial Officer, talking about how Microsoft is thinking about the whole phenomenon of the Industrial Metaverse and kind of sharing some of the cool things we're working on. So I'm really excited to see what all the new things are that's coming out to help build on that Industrial Metaverse. I've played with things like our 3D Scene Studio to visualize digital twins data. So I'm quite excited to see what that is. And it's not just going to be one session. We're also going to be doing some Ask the Expert sessions as well. So I'm quite excited for those to actually get a chance to see people ask their questions, the questions our customers have got, and ask those questions of the experts who are building this technology. So I'm really excited for kind of both those sessions. What about you, Sam? What things are exciting you?
So for me, the thing that I really enjoy as a developer is building experiences that delight either customers or other engineers. And so I'm really looking forward to some of the cloud native stuff, mostly around how you can drive application innovation and modernization at scale with cloud native architectures. Really interested to see how that space is developing as more and more products start entering that area, how new things like Azure Container Apps start getting involved, and how you can start building really cool experiences that empower not just your customers, but also empower you as a company to build really cool experiences that accelerate yourself and build really cool things. And then building on top of that, I'm really interested in kind of grabbing onto some of the abilities to debug those experiences. How do you actually take a look at what's happening in your production service without taking production down or spending lots of time looking at dashboards and trying to divine what those numbers mean? So the pragmatic production debugging session is really exciting to me. Yeah.
You don't just put print statements in your code and read it from the logs then?
I hope not. I've really been trying to get away from that. It still happens every so often. I find it's just too easy to avoid, but I'm hoping to get away from it. So
yeah, but it sounds like a really exciting session. Like I remember back to getting into the industry, and it's just like it's hard to learn how to work with such an architected system. So having some pointers on where to get started with that, I think is going to be super valuable.
So Renee, what other sessions are you interested in after the keynote?
Yeah, sure. There's I'm quite into NLP, actually. I've done a little bit in my career, but it's just really fascinating. So I'm excited for the unlock new customer experiences with NLP at scale.
What is NLP? Sorry, I have to ask.
Yeah, that's a great question, Jim. Natural language processing. So that's kind of how understanding human language with computers. And it's just a fascinating area because you think about language when you think there's some basic rules, and maybe computers should be able to understand that, but you just think about all the contextual clues and stuff that we use. So having tools that can mean that we can use that to help more customers quickly, because we can, train computers to understand human language, is just fascinating. So I'm really excited to see what tools are going to be available to help us, help more people quicker with natural language processing. So that's what I'm keen to hear about a bit more. Jim, have you got anything else you're excited about?
Yeah, there is actually one session, I guess, leading on from your natural language programming, which is a part of AI. Again, as you know, I love my gadgets, and Microsoft have been working closely with NVIDIA, who don't just make the graphics cards that make games look really cool, they also make AI hardware. And so there's a whole session coming up on actually using Azure ML to train object detection that you run on NVIDIA hardware. So you train in the cloud, then you run it on the intelligent edge on some of these NVIDIA edge devices. And that's really cool to me. To be able to build these complex models and run them on teeny tiny small devices that have got stupid amounts of power, but they are close to your data. You're not like live streaming video up to the cloud. You're analyzing it literally on the camera or next to the camera. So that's something I'm really quite excited about. The stuff, we've been doing some very cool stuff with NVIDIA. So I'm really quite excited by that session.
Now let's take a look at how you can actually start building your own schedule for Ignite, how you can add things to your backpack and make sure you don't miss the sessions that you're really excited to see, whether it's going to catch them live as they're happening or later after the event is finished. So let's take a look.
Okay, so now we've heard about all those exciting sessions, I'm keen to figure out how to actually track them all and find more exciting ones and make sure I know when they are, put them in a schedule, and also make sure I can watch them later if I miss them or want to watch them again. So yeah, let's go through the site and maybe you can help me out if I get stuck along the way.
Yeah, let's do it.
So I guess we should start off by probably registering. That seems really helpful. So let's go ahead and click one of these buttons, I reckon.
How about that register button? I guess it's what it's there for.
I love it. And we're going to need to sign in. Okay, cool. So got a bunch of ways we can sign in. I'm going to sign in with a Microsoft account. And I'm going to use that one. Yes. So I'm going to attend digitally, unlike Jim, not as lucky as Jim, but I'm very excited to do that. So I'm going to click this one.
Yeah, so digitally is just going to be the online experience. The in-person, I actually see you can see on the price of the screen now is almost $1,900 US, and that's to attend in person in the Seattle Convention Center for 2 days.
Not to mention the flights I'd have to take to get there. So I'm going to click on this free digital attendee one.
$0.00.
Okay. There's also a bunch of spotlights that you might want to attend in person too if there's one in your region. But nothing here in Australia for me. So I'm going to keep on scrolling. Okay. Time to put in my information. I'm not a media or an analyst. What is a media and analyst? What is an analyst in this situation?
Like a financial analyst, so the kind of people who would gather this information and use this to decide what's going to happen to the stock price.
Oh,
so,
interesting.
Yeah,
not
media
me.
And the research analysts for stock companies, we want to know who they are so they get a different experience. Potentially media gets things they can share at the moment, so they get stuff up front, things like that.
Great. Okay. And I'm not in the public sector or the government.
Now, the important thing, actually, if you are a government employee, you do have to say yes to this because there are laws around giving things to government employees. So I remember one of our conferences we ran in Washington, D.C., where there was no free food because the free food is more than the maximum you're allowed to give a government employee in cases cast as bribery. So, yeah, if you are a government employee, you don't get a free lunch if you come to the in-person event.
Well, make sure to click on that one if you are working for the government, which thank you for your government service. Here are the regional experiences again. If you do have a spotlight, you can attend in person in your location. None for me though. No in-person experiences for me at all. It's just me. And as we talked about earlier, in pajamas, in bed, with my laptop, living the dream. I don't need any additional facilities or accommodations, but if you do, they all look like they're there for you to assist with people making the event more accessible for them.
Yeah, I mean, I remember one workshop we ran at Microsoft Build a number of years ago had multiple people there who needed sign language interpreters. So at the front of the room, they had the sign language interpreters. So yes, if you have accommodations that you need, we make sure that we're covered. And certainly even for the digital experience, we will have things like a live sign language track for some of the sessions. We will have captions, audio descriptions, all that good stuff.
Fantastic. Yeah, I personally love having the captions, even though I'm not hearing impaired. It's just, helpful for everyone and makes it more accessible and enjoyable.
Yeah.
So glad we can provide those accommodations. Do I want to participate in an attendee directory so people can message, enable messaging for me and schedule meetings? That sounds exciting and part of the networking experience, I assume.
Yes. So I can talk about a little bit about this. We'll talk about the backpack in a second, and this is sort of where this starts getting integrated. You can actually find other people attending Ignite and use this as a way to network. If you click yes here, you'll be included in that directory of people who are attending Ignite. This means that you'll be listed as a possible person to network with for other attendees. If you select no, you won't appear in that list. So if you don't see somebody there, that doesn't necessarily mean it's not working. The person may not just want to be listed there. But this gives you a nice way to kind of show other people who you are, where you're from, and what you do, and maybe what you're interested in. So if that's something you want to share with people, then click yes. Otherwise, if you would prefer people don't know that you're what you're doing or what you're seeing, you can just click no, and then you will not be shown to other guests.
Fantastic. Well, that's super helpful and great to be able to see people who want to be seen at the event. So exciting to do that networking aspect of it. Just got to click on the terms and conditions. And yeah.
Obviously, you read those thoroughly before agreeing to them.
Yes, of course. I've, of course, read them before the stream, so we're prepared for this moment, and I didn't have to spend the time, reading through them here. But yes, obviously read your terms and conditions. And yeah, do I want to share my information with featured partners Ignite? That sounds pretty exciting to have them available. So yeah, let's send that. And you can also sign up for the Microsoft and Family's family of companies emails here. I've actually just already signed up on my work email, so I'm probably not going to sign up to get the emails twice, but you might want to sign up to get them here. And yeah, sign up for these two options if you're keen to get involved with that. So
also, we'll say about the partners, especially if you're attending in person, you actually go and meet with a partner, you can very quickly share your contact details with them. So if you're talking with a partner and you're interested in working further with them to build your solution, you can very quickly share your contact details so they can get in touch afterwards. So that's what that contact preferences is all about.
Fantastic.
They will just scan your badge and then they know who you are to send you an email with further information.
If you're curious about partners and who's going to be there, you'll be able to see that once you've joined the event, and you'll be able to see all the partners that are going to be there, as well as their contact information and what they're going to be talking about. So,
terrific. Cool. Okay. So, little survey here, which describes my primary role at work. Yeah, I do write code, develop applications, websites, or services. So that's me right there. And I'm going to say I'm a developer.
Now, the reason for asking these questions, I know sometimes when you see these surveys, like, why are they asking me this stuff? This is my information. But part of this is so that when you actually are registered, the sessions is going to suggest other sessions that are relevant to you. If you say you're a .NET developer, you're going to see primarily a lot of .NET sessions as kind of showing them there to you. But whereas if you're IT ops, for example, you don't want to necessarily see the .NET developer sessions. So it just helps kind of customize that initial first look you get over the sessions once you get fully registered.
Yeah, that's super helpful. And I love when people can recommend things to me. So hopefully the site can give me some exciting, ideas to get involved with. So I'm going to click that I'm a developer, software engineer. Okay, so pick my primary technology areas of interest. I've got a few options here. Do a lot of work with Azure in my streams, and I'm really into data and AI. So I'm going to go with number 1 for data and AI and number 2 for Azure. And submit that and see what comes out. Okay, so I'm all ready to attend the event by the looks of it. I've got a summary. I might need to go in and click a confirmation email by the looks of it. And yeah, but maybe I'm ready to get adding things. Okay, I'm in and yeah, ready to go. So I guess where should I start?
I guess the first thing is your actual schedule. So the idea of setting your schedule is you're not attending an event in person where you have this session, this session, this session, this session. You have a whole digital sessions running concurrently. So you get a chance to build up what you want to see and when you want to see it. So if you scroll down to the list of days, you'll see all the sessions you can search for. Currently show them chronological. And then you can then choose the ones that you want and start adding them to your schedule to build up your customized experience.
Fantastic.
And you'll see some of these have already been added for you. So you already have the keynote already added to your schedule.
Great.
So
I was very excited for that one. So excellent.
3 o'clock in the morning, your time.
Well, yes, not ideal, but it does show you when they are your local time, which I really do appreciate because we've just switched to daylight savings. I have to do the math. It's tricky. So thank you, website.
you'll also see sessions are flagged as either digital or in person with a color. So if they're gold and say digital, they're available online. Whereas if they're in person, you're going to see this blue highlight. So this will let you know some sessions are digital only, some are digital and in person, and some are in person only. So there's some meetups and networking events that you have to attend in person in order to be at. So just keep that in mind when you're adding things, that if you're attending online and you add an in-person session, it might be really difficult for you to actually attend that session.
Yes, these in-person are the ones that are in person in Seattle.
Excellent. Well, I won't. I luckily this one still has a digital experience as well, so I might save that to my backpack. Is that how I would make sure I can keep track of this, basically?
Yes. So you actually have two ways to track sessions here. We'll talk a little bit more about the backpack later. But how this works is your backpack is effectively a set of favorites, things that you want to keep track of, but maybe you don't know if that's going to be your day-to-day. And so you can use that to collect everything that you would like to look at throughout the event. And then your schedule can be things about that you want to attend in person or that you want to attend during that scheduled time. And so you can actually form a schedule that lines up a series of events and attend each of those, and then use your backpack as a way to see what fits into those empty slots in that schedule, or maybe if things overlap, to keep track of the things that you couldn't quite attend because of time overlaps or something like that.
Fantastic. Yes, and I can see now this is already in my schedule, so I'd have to remove it from my schedule, but I could add more things along the way. So yeah, these are, things here. Now we've got to the part I could add some things.
You'll notice under the add, this will conflict with another session in your schedule.
Good to know. Good to know. We'll
So as you add things to as you add different sessions, it will let you know if they overlap.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'll add. Oh no, this one's already in there. Excellent. I was going to say Jim made this sound so exciting. I won't add that one. It's already in the schedule. But yeah, I've got a lot of things in my schedule by the sounds of it. But I could add Microsoft and Databricks partnership to my schedule. So let's see how that one goes. I can click this button, and it's just in there. And now I'm sure my schedule's been updated, and make sure I don't accidentally add anything that conflicts to that event now. So I seem to have a schedule with a lot of stuff in it. Is there anything else I should look at on the site while I'm here?
So there's a few different things other than these scheduled events that you can actually attend. You can look at what our partners are doing. So for example, I'm really interested in some of the HashiCorp stuff and what they're doing with Terraform and how you can bring that into Azure. So you can find that under, I believe, more on this list. You'll see a list of featured partners. And you can use this to browse what those partners are doing, either under the partner directory or partner showcase. This will kind of show you partners that are participating in the event and give you a little bit more about how to contact them, how to schedule a meeting, and things like that if you're interested in learning more about what each of those are. So
awesome. Yeah, some really cool uses of Microsoft technology going on here. So I love to see it out in the wild, doing, helping people and doing cool stuff. So that sounds like a great way to engage. And I could go into the partner directory, I guess, to see all the partners that are involved and work out how to get in contact with them here. So yeah, here's a couple of them.
You also want to check out. You also want to check out the Connect and Learn section as well. So under sessions, you got to connect and learn.
Connect and learn.
So this is all you're saying about the networking. This is where you got some great networking opportunities. So Connect and Learn is the sessions where you want to learn something very specific. So we have things like Ask the Expert sessions. So you actually get a chance you have to attend these at the time they're happening. They're live Q&A with the product teams. There's table topics, which are kind of, again, community-led, moderated discussions rather than pre-recorded sessions. One-to-one consultations if you need to actually talk to an expert. Learn live, where folks run through Microsoft Learn modules live so you can ask questions as you do it. It's a whole lot of great stuff here to help you learn and help you connect with other people.
That sounds super exciting. Here's the Learn Live, and like there's so much stuff to do on Microsoft Learn, but sometimes it's just helpful to have a guide there. So amazing opportunity. And here, as we mentioned earlier, the Cloud Skills Challenge that you can get involved with as well. So that sounds like a fun one to get involved with and compete with everybody to see how much you can learn during this, during Ignite and over the next coming weeks.
Yeah, we'll dive into that in just a minute. But yeah, Sam, we talk about the backpack. I believe you created a nice, helpful video for everyone to show just how to get the most out of the backpack.
I did, yeah. So I think we can show that now. Hello, everybody. I am Sam Ronsky. I am a regional cloud advocate here at Microsoft. We're going to be taking a look at how you can use the backpack to enhance your ability to keep track of sessions and people you meet while you're at Ignite. So once you've registered for Ignite and actually signed in, you can actually go to your profile and view your backpack here. And this is going to load in everything that you've saved. By default, it's going to include everything that is in your schedule and everything that is in your backpack. Think of your backpack like a set of favorites that you want to keep track of, and then your schedule as as sort of an itinerary throughout your day. So your backpack, you can use it for sessions that maybe you don't have time to get to as they're happening and you want to catch later. Maybe some online sessions or something like that. Or maybe some speakers that you want to follow up with and maybe see if they're doing other sessions, or featured partners. So partners, I'm particularly interested in some of the HashiCorp things, looking at sort of Terraform and how that can integrate with Azure, as well as keeping track of other attendees. So if you want to look at other attendees, either myself or other people that you might meet at the conference, you can use the attendees feature to kind of follow these people and make sure that you actually know what they're doing and even see what their schedule looks like. I'll show you how to enable and customize all of that later. So what this looks like is a list of all of your sessions. So you can see here, this is what mine is. So we have everything in that is in my schedule and in my backpack. So these are by default merged. You can turn that off by clicking this include in schedule button. That will remove everything that's in your schedule. So by default, a lot of things will get added to your schedule based off of the selections you made when you were registering. If you click this, only the sessions that are in your backpack will be shown. So you can include multiple of these. It doesn't matter if they overlap at the same time period or not. It's just a way for you to manage your thoughts in a way that kind of helps you organize. So we have all of this. Here's everything in my backpack. If you're trying to find something to add to your backpack, you can go to the sessions view, find a session that you're looking for. So I'm particularly interested in maybe finding something about Kubernetes, or actually let's go and look for something more about containers, because that's really what I'm interested in. So let's go and try to find something like that. So there's two different types of things to keep in mind when you're going to Ignite. Ignite is both in person and online this year. So you'll see each of the events marked, whether they're in person or online. Since I'm attending online, I'm going to ignore things with this blue in-person tag because I can't travel there. It's a bit of a flight for a one thing. So we're going to look for this digital flag instead. And let's look at, I've already added most of these. Let's see here. Transforming your organization with a container as a cloud strategy. So I'm interested in this. I'm spend a lot of time with modernization and trying to adopt cloud native practices into legacy applications and upgrading them to feature that. So this sounds interesting. So let's save that. The way I've been approaching this feature is actually adding just everything to my backpack first, and then going back and sort of scheduling my day around what makes sense and what I'm sort of interested in. So I can also add it to a schedule here if I want to. It doesn't look like there's any conflicts right now with my current schedule, so nothing would overlap. But this way I can just add things to my backpack and then go and actually schedule things out after I've got all of the interests sort of cataloged and figured out. So that is managing your sessions. If we go back here to look at my backpack now, we should see that session get added here. So transforming your organization with a container as a cloud strategy. So that's now added here. You can always remove it if you do not want it to be there anymore. That will make it go away. And then there's other things that you can do. So you can keep track of your sessions. That's probably the primary use that you're going to be using this for. You can also use this to track attendees. So in this case, I have some of the people from my team that I'm just tracking because why not? Curious what they're looking for. And so you can also go and find attendees. So in this case, I've done something sneaky and registered twice. So we're actually going to go and find my other account. And when you registered for Ignite, you had the option to include yourself in networking, the networking list. If you clicked yes and enabled that, your name will be visible here and other people will be able to find you through this search. So if you do that, you'll be able to see me. And so you can go and see everything. I have turned on a number of features that actually show a little bit more about what I'm doing. So for example, you can see what my schedule looks like. You can see all the events that I'm intending to go to. This is still a work in progress, but you can kind of see those on this event or just save me to the backpack. You can also add things like contact information, bios, and things like that, which I have not done yet. So if we go back to our backpack here, now you should be able to see our under attendees. You can see I've been added there. So now I can go back and find this. This is kind of a handy way to keep track of people that you might meet and want to follow up with, or otherwise keep track of. The other option is speakers. This will give you a way, again, grabbing a few people from my team, to find people in your area or that are making talks about things that you're interested in, and maybe find other things that they're presenting about. So in this case, if we go to Gwen's page, you can actually see all the sessions that she'll be presenting. So in this case, both of these are in Spanish, also with Bruno. So if you're interested in Spanish, maybe check these out. But this is that, and it gives you a way to find other talks by the same speaker that you may have enjoyed the first time around. So you can actually find more of their content. The final option in this backpack is our featured partners section. And so what this does is give you a way to track other partners that are building experiences that work really well with Microsoft products. So whether that's Azure or other things in this space, you can use this Find Partners button to go and find a list of partners that you may want to follow up with or go and learn more about. So in this case, I'm interested in Terraform and learning a little bit more about HashiCorp. So let's go and find that. And so if we go and do the search, we'll get this. And so I can go to their page and save that to the backpack. So I'll have a way to follow up later. On these pages, you can also find a lot of information about what this company is, what they do, how to contact them, and how to schedule some meetings if that's what you're interested in. So that is how to use the backpack. Hopefully this is helpful.
Awesome. So that's the backpack. But I know we talked about the Cloud Skills Challenge very briefly before that. So Renee, have you done a Cloud Skills Challenge before?
I've had a few linked with my streams, but I've never actually gone through and completed one in its entirety before. So I'd be keen to learn a bunch of stuff in this one.
Nice. So the whole of this Cloud Skills Challenge is to get folks upskilled in Microsoft technology, in some ways, ideally before Ignite, so you kind of know the groundwork before you actually get some of the new sessions. But if you want to click on that Get Registered button that's on the bottom there, we have not just one Cloud Skills Challenge, we actually have multiple. And the idea is you can pick one that aligns with what you're interested in learning. And then when you complete that challenge, you actually get a free Microsoft certification exam. So what's great about Microsoft Learn is we teach you all the content you need to do your job. But if you want to be certified, if you want to have that piece of paper that says, I am the expert, and great for students, great for folks looking to get into the world of work and the world of tech, great for job switchers. If you want to have that piece of paper, then you can do a paid for exam to actually be assessed on your knowledge and then get that official certification. And so what we do here with the Cloud Skills Challenge is if you complete a Cloud Skills Challenge, you will actually get a voucher for a free exam. Obviously, if you fail the exam, then to take it again, you have to pay, but you get a chance to do one exam up front. And these exams, I think they're usually like $200 US. So this is not, these are not cheap things because these are very highly regarded, well-recognized professional certs. And Microsoft Learn gives you all the content you need to get the knowledge to then build your own applications, to get enough understanding to then go and do these certs. And you see we've actually got 7 different challenges, depending on the kind of developer or the kind of ops person that you are. So like our Protect Everything challenge is all about security and cyber threats and incident management. Whereas if you're a cloud app maker, so Sam, you were saying you're interested in cloud native apps. So maybe the cloud app maker challenge would be for you, so you could cover a whole load of cloud-based courses. Or Renee, you're saying about AI is your thing. So maybe the AI automation challenge. So kind of you can pick the one that's relevant to you. So pick one, just pick one and go through the challenge.
Let's go and do the Cloud Developer Challenge.
Yep. Okay, this is all DevOps stuff. So the challenge begins in 8 days. So this will kick off when Ignite starts. So if you register now, you'll be notified when it starts, and then it will run for a period of time. And then during this, you will complete Microsoft Learn modules. So these are free online self-guided learning modules where you get free access to Azure. So we will give you a sandboxed environment to learn in, so it won't cost you anything. And then as you complete modules, your name goes on like a leaderboard. So you get to compete with everybody else who's doing this challenge to see how much you can learn, kind of climb your way up to the top of the leaderboard. It's kind of a bit of fun. It's kind of gamified. You see whether you're learning with people. You can choose whether you want to do it by yourself. Some Cloud Skills challenges are team-based. I think these are all individual-based. But yeah, you register now, and then as soon as it's open, you'll get notification and you can start working on learning this content.
Great. Okay. Well, I'm going to register with this account. And let's see what we get. Okay. We're back here. And yeah, you'll
get notification when it kicks off.
Fantastic. Okay, so that's everything about the Microsoft Ignite event, except for a couple extra bits. So there are some additional events around the globe that you might want to connect up with. So we've got the Microsoft Ignite Spotlights, which are events that are about connecting with the local community and in local language that are at 6 key locations around the globe. So we've got one in China, France, Germany, Japan, Latin America, and in the UK. So connect up with one of those if you're in that region to join the digital experiences and some in-person events as well.
So that's during the thing, but what about afterwards? What if you want to connect afterwards? Is there a way? He asked with a very leading question. Is there a way that folks after the event can kind of get back in touch, network with their local communities and just learn more?
Thanks for asking, Jim. So if you want to keep going after the event, there is heaps of stuff you can keep doing. Not to mention, the Cloud Skills Challenge that you'll be working on, but there's also parties all around the globe to keep, connecting with the Microsoft Ignite experience. These are both digital and in person, so you'll be able to find something in your local area. So you can check out the community-led after parties for Microsoft Ignite here with, as you can see, so many events around the globe. So connect up with one. They're hybrid, digital, in-person, everything you could want on here. So check that out.
Awesome. That looks really cool, actually. So we've got the event in person, we've got the event happening digitally, and then we have these after parties. So Ignite carries on for a long time. It's going to be great. I'm really, really excited for Ignite. Sam, Renee, I guess you're just excited as I am. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So please join us for Microsoft Ignite starting next week. And here's all the links you need to get going, to get registered and sign up for the Cloud Skills Challenge. But otherwise, we'll see you at Microsoft Ignite.